Greetings, denizens of the tri-state area. Jacob Weil here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And Dragon, I know what we're gonna do today. We're gonna activate the Recap-inator and discuss my favorite cartoon, Phineas and Ferb. That's right, under the 15th anniversary and in preparation for the upcoming revival, I'm guiding Blue Dragon 5 here through the series, experiencing his reactions, watching it for the first time, and reliving my summer memories throughout the years. Today's episode is Where's Perry? Part 2. So it's the it's the finale of our actual two-part episode. Dragon, your thoughts?
Well, I gotta be honest, it was pretty cool. I think we a few minor exceptions. I think on the whole, I think we really made an event out of it. We got a lot of mileage out of Evil Carl.
Yeah, you kind of did. I mean, I'll admit I'll give you credence to some buys here and there, but overall, I think they did kind of set up and pay off things quite well here.
Yeah.
And I admit Evil Carl is a lot of fun.
You know how we know he's evil?
Because they keep calling him evil.
Well, yes, but also, you know how visually we know he's evil?
The cape.
Yes, the cape.
Specifically the black and purple cape.
It's very Zurg-esque.
Evil Emperor Zurg.
Yeah.
But not nearly as threatening.
No. See, Zurg's cape's scarier because the inside is red.
Red is red scarier than purple?
Yeah.
Is that a fact? Is that a scientific fact?
I think so. Yeah, it might. I think it might be.
All right. Evil Emperor Zurg. Specifically, which one is more evil? Like the video game version from Toy Story 2, the toy version, or the Star Command version?
See, that's the real question there. I mean, honestly, the video game version is a lot more intimidating.
I mean, he actually manages to kill Buzz.
That's what I'm saying. He actually does kill Buzz.
well, when Rex is playing as him.
Yes. And we never stop him from killing Buzz, technically, because again, we never see anyone beat the level itself.
Well, that because Am also died too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, toy Zurg is basically just another diluted toy that thinks he's actually Zurg.
Yep.
What is it with the Buzz toys and all these delusions?
Well, it sounds like Toy Story 5 might be getting to the bottom of this, but it was a seemingly faulty programming.
Huh. All right, then.
I know what I hope doesn't have faulty programming, the RoboSyn Buzz Lightyear. 36 microprocessors in that robotic toy.
And how expensive is it?
Very expensive.
All right. Well, hopefully it becomes publicly available.
Hopefully.
And also, Barnacle Boy wearing a cape made him evil as well.
Mm-hmm.
Also changed his name to Barnacle Man.
Yep. Give that man an adult-sized Krabby Patty.
That's all he
wants. Finish the whole thing, but just give it to him anyway.
Well, it's all the the dragon. It's the principle of the thing.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if he doesn't finish. It's the principle.
Oh yeah.
You got to stand by your principles, even if no matter how stubborn it is, you got to stick by your principles.
Yep.
Whether that's actually good advice, I'm not sure. Depending on the situation.
All right.
I mean, sticking to your principles is good, but be flexible.
Yeah, Jay, we're burning daylight here. Let's talk about the episode.
I know. I'm just trying to give a life lesson here, Dragon.
That's true.
Like I said, stay firm, but be flexible. How's that?
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so the first thing we figure out is if Linda and Lawrence get their reservation.
Now, this was the most spine-tingling cliffhanger from the first part, and we were all wondering if it was going to happen. We know it's so funny that Lawrence went all the way. It took an 18-hour flight from Danville to Africa, all for a restaurant reservation. And seemingly all hope was lost. Lawrence was rethinking his life choices, and Linda was wondering if he can't even get a reservation. Should I hand him some walking papers? Should I go shopping for a new dad for Phineas and Candace? But she stuck to him. She saw him through this kind of 11th hour of the soul kind of a moment, and lo and behold. It was a small little mix-up. The reservation was under Fletcher Flynn.
Yeah.
And they had the reservation the whole time.
Yay. Awkward Dad takes this bit seriously. The fate of the universe lies upon this reservation.
Yes. If we learn nothing from Good Omens, it's that.
And that shows David Tennant in it.
Yes. And Michael Sheen.
And Michael Sheen. So you know it's true. So you know it's true.
Michael Sheen's heavenly in that show.
And David Tennant's a bit devilish.
Yes, he's got devilish charm for days.
So I said, so you know it's true.
Actually, I might have to redact my earlier statement. Purple is pretty evil.
And at least in Good Omens.
Well, no, I just mean David Tennant.
Oh yeah, the Purple Man.
Yeah, the Purple Man. Plus, look. I was thinking the Joker when I was thinking purple. By the same token, though, it's usually the blood red that comes from the purple. That is the Joker. So purple and red are very in tandem with terrifying evil.
And also Joker green.
Yep.
So purple, green, red, the colors of evil.
Yeah.
And black, I guess, in some cases.
Yeah.
What color was Syndrome's cape? It was black too, right?
Yeah, Syndrome's cape was black.
See? And it killed him.
Well, technically the turbine killed him, but yes.
Does this mean turbines are evil?
Yes, all turbines are evil, Jacob. Didn't you know this?
No, I did not.
I mean, you gotta get out more, man. Turbines are pure evil. We're taking a chance when we get on those flights. Well, not a fun fact. I mean, it's fun that it has a happy ending. But did you know Barry Sonnenfeld, the director of Men in Black, he survived a plane crash where he was the sole passenger?
Huh.
Like plane crashed on the re-entry, and he survived. Darn it!
Nice.
Yeah.
Did he have his
turbines? Not to be trusted.
And he had his tray table up in the full upright position.
I don't know. I hope so.
All right.
Anyway,
I would Kogias wants David Tennant to play the Joker.
I did too for the longest time. Honestly, I still say my live action Joker. I want it to be Alan Tudyk. Frankly, I want him to play the Joker in live action. It's never going to happen. There's a chance we might have him carry over to playing Clayface in live action, which is kind of cool. But we'll see what happens.
Well, I think he's been confirmed for Creature Commandos, right?
Well, that's the thing. So that's an animation, though. So I mean, the way James Gunn has been framing it is that the animated stuff in Creature Commandos might carry over into live action. So that's why I say yet. So it might happen.
And Uncle Ted concurs with Scottish Joker.
Well, I mean, yeah, too. But the whole the way Mark Hamill iconically played the Joker, he was a combination of Claude Rains and the Blue Meanies from Yellow Submarine. So in that respect, Joker's always had a bit of kind of a posh English kind of thing to him. So I mean, playing Scottish is not a big leap from that.
Well, fair enough. So yeah, they get there. So yeah, Linda and Lawrence get their reservation, and we don't see them until the end of the episode.
And they're not thrilled with the food.
Yep, it wasn't worth the 18-year wait.
18 hours, but yeah.
Well, it was maybe 18 hours, but
it sounded like 30-year wait, 18 hours.
30 years. It wasn't worth the 30-year wait. Apparently.
Nope. All right, so in all seriousness, we killed Perry the Platypus last episode. He's dead. He's gone. There's no body. Nothing remains. He's been atomized. But Carl's not convinced. Carl's very smart. He's in pursuit of Perry's hand, and we very smoothly, as Major Monogram notes, we very smoothly recap, what his plan is.
He's like, if
He can't. If he doesn't have Perry's paw printed, he can't access the computers. Without the computers, he can't take over the tri-state area.
Yeah. Way to sum it up, Carl.
Evil Carl's a lot more effective sometimes than regular Carl.
Doofenshmirtz, on the other hand, he's completely clueless.
Oh yeah, he has no idea that he's being played by Carl.
Yep.
And even like coming up with the dude can't even determine which inator actually hit Perry.
I love the deductive reasoning on Carl here with all the inators. And we have I love the universe inator, like the universe in the trash can.
Yep. I wonder if our universe is in a trash can.
No, our universe is in like a little marble, Jacob.
I thought it was in a locker.
No, that everyone misnote. It's not in the locker. It's the little marble.
Yeah, I know, but then how do you explain the end of 2?
Well, the end of 2 is just that's just more of a geographical thing. That's not it's we're the whole universe is in the marble.
So the Earth is like in the locker, but the entire universe is in the marble.
No, it's like a weird TARDIS space thing where it's okay, so outside of that locker, maybe it breaches into space. It's more of a dimensionality thing. That's not the point being the universe is in a little marble.
Did 3 have anything like that?
Well, it wasn't as impressive, but yeah, they had. Don't get me wrong. Yeah,
don't get me wrong. I've seen 3. It's been so long I don't remember.
Well, no. Here's the thing. So in 1, I want to say this. Okay, 3, I think is probably better than 2. That said,
yeah, of course it's better than 2.
Well, that said, though, the very end of 3 is basically it's kind of more of a cutesy gag where we do the zoom out thing, but in this case the zoom out is like if K doesn't pay the check or leave the tip. I think if K doesn't leave the tip, it's like a meteor is gonna crash into the earth and then destroy it, and then basically K comes back and almost forgot, puts the tip down, and a satellite comes in the way like the asteroid, and you have Strollbarg as Griffin just going, oh, that was a close one. That's how it ends.
All right.
And I still say Strollbarg looks like I always think he looks like Quentin Tarantino in that movie.
And I know you're not too fond of this one, but does anything like that happen in International?
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that.
I'm Dragon. I haven't seen International, so I know you have, so I'm just curious.
Look, admittedly, I saw International once. I tried to forget as much as I can from that movie, so I know the other stuff that happens in the movie. Honestly, I forget. I don't think we do that at the end. I really don't think. I think it's a Sonnenfeld thing. So, and Sonnenfeld did not come back for 4, which again is why 4 suffered in quality. So, I don't think it had one of those, but I could be wrong because again, I just purged as much of that thing from my memory as I could.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
it's like I thought you were referring to Back to the Future rather than Men in Black, and Men in Black to the Future.
God,
that's the crossover we need.
Jeez.
Well, I remember hearing about the crossover of 21 Jump Street and Men in Black. I hope that still happens.
No, it's not going to happen.
I know, but
I'm with you. It was an interesting project, though.
I was hoping it would happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish it would happen, but oh well.
Yeah. I don't want Sonnenfeld's overdue to come back to do another movie. Not Men in Black, but I'm saying in general, because he's gotten kind of a rough shake with films. The last film that he did was terrible, and he hated working on it. But he did TV stuff that he liked. He kind of went to TV after that.
And he was also involved with Enchanted, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. He did well. He was involved in the movie
No, he was involved like one of the producers of the Enchanted, and did come back for Disenchanted.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So he was a producer on that, though. But yeah,
I know Kevin Lima directed the first one.
Yeah.
I don't remember who directed Disenchanted.
Okay, the point being, he hasn't directed a movie, Jacob.
I know, I'm just saying. Yeah, but I'm saying he technically is still involved. But where were we?
Okay, anyway.
The universe in a trash can.
Yes, the universe in a trash can-inator.
Well, just the universe-inator just fired into a trash can.
Anyway. So... let's see. So then the whole the Smudge-inator. This is like
Did you
Wait,
make?
did you make a smudgeinator?
Well, continuing. Maybe Doof has the idea for a smudgeinator, but
Anyway, so in reality, it's the go homeinator.
and so he deduces that Perry the Platypus is home.
So he sends all the robots on the jet to go to the Flynn Fletcher residence, and we have a gag where he's
Where
running the security on the robots, and he's like scanning them, and we have like the Lawrence bot.
brings on a pineapple.
Yep, which gets confiscated for customs.
It's like he couldn't declare the pineapple.
You do know what that reminds me of, don't you?
Psych.
Well, okay, fine, a little bit of psych, but the main thing it reminds me of,
All right, no then.
Freakazoid.
Freakazoid. All right.
Yeah, and it's a great episode of Freakazoid in which I know Alan Burnett really liked this. Alan Burnett actually wrote this one. It's the time travel episode of Freakazoid. Where basically, Freakazoid stops Pearl Harbor from happening. And the way he does it is priceless. Okay, so Freakazoid says he's wearing like a jetpack, the jetpack's like a giant turbine on his back. But again, turbine, source of evil. Not evil in this case, but still, just turbines. So he uses a jetpack, and basically he pretends to be like a customs guy at the airport. And so they have like all the planes heading to bomb Hawaii. And basically stops him and says, like, do you have anything to declare? And the 11 says no. Says, well, I have some grapes. Then they have to go back. That's how Freakazoid stopped Pearl Harbor, and because of this, the world got better, and we know how it got better. Sharon Stone can act.
I remember that joke.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
All right.
That was. And goes down another tasty beverage.
Let's make it fruit smoothies this episode. Everyone's gonna take a sip of the fruit smoothie.
Oh yeah. Anyway, unfortunately, my water. I have a drink of water, but it's not near me right now, so I can't get a drink. But otherwise, I would totally drink right now.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right, so we have this great Silence of the Lambs misdirect of kind of Silence of the Lambs-esque misdirect of Carl's at the Flynn Fletcher residence, and we think Perry's going to be there, but he's not. No, he's not in reality. He's in Africa.
So, but the question is, how did he get to Africa?
Yeah.
We don't find out until later on in the episode.
Yeah. This is great too, by the way. When Carl, he sees Perry on the other end, and Carl's menace as genuinely menacing here, and how smart he is. Where he sees the little flower, and he does research on it. And he finds that flower it's in Africa.
Yep.
A specific region and everything. He pinpoints him because of the flower.
Carl is pretty effective. I mean, it's not very effective. I mean, it's still Carl, but
yep.
But he's more effective than Doof.
Speaking of which, so Doofenshmirtz teams up with Major Monogram.
Yep. It's a team up we never thought would happen.
I love the moment in which he sells him on it too, where he says, well, now I can take over the tri-state area.
Unless Carl beats you to it.
Let it sink in.
2, 3. Is it a pineapple smoothie?
Sure.
I mean, if you want it to be.
Is it fruit? Then it counts.
Are all fruits pineapple, Dragon?
Well, it depends on which region of the world you're at, but kind of.
Okay, that's.
Are all pineapples fruit?
Yes.
There you go.
I mean, I love pineapple.
See, the pineapple is really when you want an apple so much you're pining for it, but there's no apples around, so you settle for the next best thing.
I mean, Dragon, in my opinion, pineapples are above apples.
Well, still, you're pining for it all the same, though, so still it's pineapple.
But if I was settling for the next best thing, I would just go for the apple.
You usually exist to be contrary to everything I say, don't you?
No, I'm just saying my personal opinion. I like pineapples more. If I had a choice between a pineapple or an apple, I'd go with the pineapple.
Okay.
I'm not cheeky. I'm not trying to be contrarian here.
Okay, the point being, the pineapple is the cousin of the apple. Okay, it's the well-loved cousin in this case, but it is the cousin of the apple.
All right, I can live with that.
All right.
I don't eat it on my pizza, not because I have any stigma against it or anything, but I just haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
But I do like pineapple.
Yep.
So.
Well, if you love pineapple so much, why don't you live in one?
I mean, I have some in my fridge. Does that count?
Can you build some wall and shelving around it?
I mean, I could use some spare boxes in my fridge to do that.
Okay.
I mean, hey, you're asking.
Yeah, I am.
Are you?
I don't know why, but I am.
Are you regretting asking it yet?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah.
Well, then why did you ask?
I don't know. I'm questioning all my life choices now.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. This is interesting, isn't it, folks?
Yes, talking about.
I blame you, Aquatad, for your pineapple referencing.
Well,
Yeah.
you're the one who brought up the pineapple with.
It was in the show.
I know. I mean, well, technically, the show brought it up.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Okay, so moving on. So
Anyway.
they search the Flint Fletcher house. Candace finds a message from Jeremy.
So she breaks from the episode and she kidnaps the real Jeremy. Jeremy, why don't you love me? He says, you're not Candace. Of course I'm Candace. Bust. Do you like me now?
No.
Maybe if I call you.
All right. But we hear him relay a message, but we don't know exactly what it is. Although we can kind of guess. So yeah, Carl heads off to Africa, and Monogram and Doof team up. Even having his own name, Monogram even has his own jet.
The reason he has the jet is quite priceless.
Because Carl keeps changing the radio stations.
So he built a whole jet essentially out of spite, and it's at
the reason why they're low on budget, why they have a low budget right now.
Exactly. This is not helped by the fact that Doofenshmirtz he basically disassembled this thing to build parts for the Recap-inator and a horn.
Yep. That's why he needed the stabilizer.
Yeah. Which caused the crash.
It's like I'm sure there's some jokes you can make about government spending in there somewhere.
Oh yeah.
So I'll let you people write your own jokes here.
Yep.
But Monogram managed to put on some MC Escher designed sunglasses.
He was a friend of the family.
Apparently his family knows MC Escher. Or knew MC Escher. So make of that what you will.
But Christopher Nolan has sunglasses like that.
Is his face asymmetrical?
I mean, I don't know. Have we seen him in profile?
I mean, remember you did a whole monthly series based on his movies, and you saw his face.
Well, yeah, we've seen his face, but we haven't seen him turn though.
I don't know, Dragon. This question's far too advanced for me.
All right.
And I don't really want to go into a tangent about Christopher Nolan's face.
See, right now, I would prefer to be doing this podcast with Prominent, but I'm just going to have to settle for the next best thing with the person who does the flawless Gromit impression.
So you'd rather just be talking yourself most of the time?
Well, no, I don't know. I'd hate the other guy if we did that.
You hate Gromit?
No. I'd hate the guy doing all the talking in that case.
Mm-hmm. You mean me?
No, I mean me, Jacob. Me. If it were with Gromit, I hate the guy doing all the talking.
Oh, all right. I misunderstood you.
Oh,
All right then.
anyway.
It's not healthy to hate yourself, Dragon.
Well, I know that.
Well, good.
I can't stop it. I know.
I know.
That.
I know.
Anyway.
So anyway, so what exactly is going on with the boys?
Well, they're dangling precariously over a ravine.
And Phineas is doing something.
Yes, he's staring very distractedly at the ground again, not paying attention at all to the life threatening situation they all find themselves in because Phineas has problems. He doesn't care what happens to him. Phineas is a death wish secretly, actually.
Yep.
He's daydreaming about his pet being in Africa when it's like, hey, we're all gonna die here, Phineas, because of you, by the way, because you had to build this giant monstrosity, this awesome mech monstrosity to traverse African terrain.
Well, we
versus,
can't.
like, a jeep.
But we can't really blame that entirely on Phineas.
I think we can. He came up with the idea.
But Buford was the one who wrecked them.
He did wreck it, but still, though, I mean, Phineas,
You're blaming Phineas for enabling.
I'm blaming him for inventing this thing, for giving him like the thing it's going to put him in this danger. It's like, Phineas, it's called a Jeep. Okay, you could have just hot wired a Jeep.
You made like a flying Jeep kind of thing.
Doesn't even need to be flying, just an actual Jeep.
But where's the fun in that?
You're right, it's not fun, but I'll tell you what, it's not going to make you. It's not going to make you dead.
Dragon, to be honest, would you rather watch them drive around in a Jeep, or would you rather have them build a highly unconventional vehicle?
I want the highly unconventional vehicle, but it's the principle of it, Jacob. And have we learned anything about principle?
Yes, we have.
There we go.
It's the principle. There we go.
I heard that from a very special someone.
Thank you.
I heard it from Gromit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so
they're holding on to the vines. They're all panicking. Phineas sees Perry.
He's just completely useless, by the way. Again, it's like staring at the boy's got an obsession with this platypus.
Well, it's his pet dragon.
I know it's his pet, but still, there's time and place.
He's not prioritizing his friends dangling precariously over an uncharted gorge.
Yeah. His own brother, even.
Yep, the platypus. He loves that platypus.
Yep, it's always it's always the platypus this and the platypus that with him.
That boy ain't right.
Nope, the boy ain't right.
When it comes to the platypuses, people, you know what I mean.
The boy ain't right.
Oh no, he ain't.
See, wouldn't that be great? By the time the new season of Phineas and Ferb comes out, we have that going up against the new season of King of the Hill.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting. I mean, considering they're both run by the same people now. Technically.
Well, technically, yeah.
Same company, I mean.
Yeah.
Well, it would be interesting. I mean, is that coming to Hulu? Or is it is it going to air on like TV?
No, I think it's supposed to be Hulu.
Kind of like kind of like the Futurama thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it actually has a time skip, from what I understand.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I haven't watched to the end of King of the Hill, and I've only seen bits of bits of news for the new show.
Well, it's supposed to be a time skip. I mean, mind you, it's like we have an older Bobby, so I mean, by that logic, if we have an older Bobby, we would have to age everyone else up.
Yep. Older Bobby.
Okay.
All right.
So
they start tracking it. Everybody begins to wonder, is like, has Phineas lost it, basically?
Yep, anyway, so he swings everyone to safety, and Baljeet saves Buford's bacon.
Yep. Basically by throwing a vine at him.
Yeah.
And they all do. Phineas starts tracking Perry, thinking he's seen him there.
We have a nice zoom out reveal of Perry.
Oh yeah. We see him actually watching the boys. Somehow he actually did end up in Africa.
Yep.
The question remains, how did he end up in Africa if he supposedly got zapped by the Go-Hominator? Find out next time on the podcast. All right. The next time is actually coming up in the next few minutes. Sorry, I have a certain show on the brain right now.
Yep. This needs like some triumphant music playing underneath.
Yeah. I'm going to be I have to be practicing my narrator voice for that one.
Yep. Next time on the Recap-inator.
Oh, yeah. So, what exactly is Candace up to?
Well, Candace is she's gone off to live with the monkeys.
Yep.
No, not the band, the monkeys.
Hey, we're the monkeys.
Not those guys.
I know, but those guys are cool though.
Oh well, yeah, but they don't live in Africa.
Nope. And one of them's dead.
Well, way to bring the room down. You couldn't just leave it just like it's not those monkeys. You have to say, and one of them's dead. Everyone remember the dead guy. Let's remember the dead monkey. You know? Not the lively one. Let's remember
I'm
the dead
one. I'm only bringing him up because the one who's dead was actually one of the guest stars earlier in this season.
There we go. Okay.
So the show actually did have monkeys.
He's a zombie.
Now remember, Dragon. Only Weird Al is the zombie.
Are you saying we can't have more than one zombie?
I mean, have any of these monkey movies ended with them being zombies, Dragon?
Huh. I guess not.
I mean, we can't say for sure, but Weird Al's the only one that we've ever seen come back to life.
Yeah, we've seen him die, and he's still around. So yeah, zombie.
I mean, remember Madonna had him killed.
Well, yeah.
And he's still here.
It's the reason Daniel Radcliffe can never win an Oscar.
He's still here, isn't he? And Weird Al's still here, isn't he? So he's a zombie.
That's what I'm saying. If Daniel Radcliffe accepts an award, he's going to be murdered by Madonna.
No, we can't have that happen now, can we?
No.
Well, this is what happens to the monkeys. They're too busy singing to put anybody down.
It's also a question of did Weird Al secretly have an accordion under his shirt when he got shot? So maybe that's what saved him.
Well, I mean, they buried him and everything, so
yeah.
So I don't know how much an accordion would stop a sniper.
Have you ever tried it?
I can't say that I have.
You don't know.
And I don't want to test that theory.
Come on, you can do it.
Dragon, are you suggesting I'll be on the end of the sniper or using the sniper or the accordion?
Well, what would you prefer? Are you feeling bold, my friend? Are you feeling confident?
I feel like either way it would go down pretty badly for me.
I mean, you could put a little Kevlar under the accordion.
Well, then it's not just the accordion then.
Well, just line the accordion with Kevlar.
And if I was on the one with the sniper, I'd be aiming at Weird Al Yankovic, and I don't want that to happen.
Well, come on, you're a good enough shot.
No, I'm not, Dragon. I've never held a.
I said good enough. I didn't say good. I said good enough.
Do you know how hard it is to actually fire one of those things?
Oh, it's incredibly hard. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like you get like a 1 in 7 chance, right?
Yeah, I'm like more than 700.
Well, maybe 1,700 in your case.
All right.
There you go.
I mean, I can actually agree with that.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever sniped is in a video game.
Well, you've sniped in conversation plenty of time.
Oh, ha.
In that case, you're the ultimate sniper.
Well, how about hey Dragon, I have a snipe hunt for you.
Here, snipey.
Here, snipe. All right. Enough about sniping Weird Al Yankovic, please.
Yep. I can help it. Folks, look, if you shoot him, he's going to be fine, but I don't recommend doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can only come back to life He can only come back to life 27 times.
Yeah, well, it's not even that. It's just more of like, you can shoot him all you want, but at the end, he's going to take a drink. It's going to spill out everywhere. No one wants to live like that.
And like I said, only worked 27 times anyway.
Yeah.
So
Anyway. And so Candace gives up on Jeremy, thinking the phone call was a breakup call. She's living with the monkeys. She sings about it, la-di-da.
And for once, D. Bradley Baker actually gets to be part of a song.
Yeah.
As the monkeys.
Yep.
I remember them actually making kind of a thing about it. He's actually like had to vocalize as the monkeys.
Well, you know what their direction was, the D, during this scene, don't you?
What was it, Dragon?
Dance, monkey, dance.
Dance, monkey, dance.
Dance, monkey, dance.
It's kind of funny. Called him a monkey, turned out to be a lemur.
Yep.
And not just a lemur, the lemur.
Yep.
Anyway, so the world's number 2 bad guy. Everyone. A guy in a lemur costume.
Yep.
Is he more dangerous than the frog? No.
No.
So speaking of animals, Perry comes across a bunch of other animals.
Yeah.
And basically trains them to be Alka agents.
Yeah. He's he's on the fly. He's recruited a bunch of new Alka agents in Africa.
It's the Alka outreach program.
There you go, and it worked out really well. We have this awesome, endgame battle in Africa.
It's like where Carl manages to track Perry down with all the other robots. He even made a robot clone of Norm.
Yep, he built a whole bunch of other robots too, including Vanessa, Norm, and even animated Jacob.
Like, you do understand the redundancy of the Norm.
Absolutely, yes, it's priceless. It's hilarious.
The fact that he made a robot version of Norm.
Mm-hmm. He had a lot of spare time.
Bad guy is the world's second best bad guy.
Yep, it's pronounced Badgie.
It's French.
Yeah. It's French evil.
Top of it, it's like, is he like, yeah. But Dragon, there is one question we never learned. One thing we never learned about Dominic Bad Guy.
What?
Where he kept all those suitcases. Where did he keep them, Dragon?
Where did he keep them, indeed?
We'll never know.
No.
So anyway, yeah. Perry trained a bunch of Alka agents. There's a bunch of robots. Basically, it's a big robot versus animal fight.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is.
Again, very Avengers Endgame-esque.
And this came out 7 years before Endgame.
Yep.
This actually came out the year of the Avengers. What year did what day? Avengers came out in May, right?
Well, yes and no. I mean, yes, it came out in May. I forget if it got I know Endgame got pushed to April. I forget if the same thing happened with Avengers. I think Avengers stuck with May. I think May 5th, whatever the first week in May was. I think that's when Avengers was.
And this only came out like 3 months after the Avengers. Funny how things work out, huh?
Yes.
I remember seeing Avengers for the first time. Are we gonna ever going to do any retrospective on that or anything?
Well, I don't want to speculate on that now.
All right, fair enough. Well, anyway, I mean, just think, Endgame's 5 years old now.
5 years later.
Yep. So, what happens? So, Dragon, what happens next? So Monogram and Doof's been building the Recap-inator inside of the jet. So, what do you make of all that?
I think it's really funny that he can't swivel it.
Yeah, he did. It's like kind of a high. Well, how is he supposed to know that would happen?
I just love it's like a thing you take for granted that you'd be able to turn it, but he's been built on the fly, so he didn't have a chance to build that yet. The Inator built on the fly is a lot of fun.
Yep. And then when during the crash, he's like, "Oh, I love this interaction between them. Just you can look back at this and laugh." Telling you right now, whenever I think about this in the future, I'm gonna personally drive down to your house and smack you. Monogram's not really haven't taken a lot from Doofenshmirtz.
No.
So yeah, it's like, and apparently he wears a unitard under his Nehru jacket.
Yeah, so one, I love that we kind of reference that it's a Nehru jacket, by the way, which is always kind of a fun thing with Monogram's wardrobe. But yes, of course, he deep down he wants to be an acrobat, so he's always prepared for it. So it's his field uniform, that and the hat.
Yep, you actually do see Monogram wearing the fedora for a change, which is pretty cool. Do you think he pulls it off as good as Perry though?
No.
Doesn't look very good. Doesn't look as good as Perry. Pulls it off a lot better though.
Yeah.
It's amazing that a platypus can pull off a fedora better than a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, would you be able to pull off a fedora as well as a platypus?
No, I don't think I would, Jacob. No.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Perry makes it. It's like you could say if he could talk, right?
What would he say, Jacob?
The difference between you and me, I make this look
good.
Yeah. I make this look good.
There you go.
Oh, and so
fun fact.
Yeah.
Did you know that Barry Sonnenfeld got Will Smith the Ali part?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And it actually turned out quite well for him, from what I understand.
Interestingly, Sonnenfeld was supposed to direct Ali, but then they kind of went a different way with it. So they basically they nixed Sonnenfeld from Ali, but they kept Will Smith.
Huh. That's kind of sucks, but
yeah, I mean they worked past it though. They became friends again, but that's what I'm saying. When they were working on. So sorry, folks. I've been reading Barry Sonnenfeld's new book, so I've been filled with Sonnenfeld fun facts. Or Sun and Fun facts, if you will.
Sun and Fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's quite delightful. Like he's they're working on Men in Black 2, and things were a little kind of cold after the whole Ali debacle, and they kissed and made up essentially. It all worked out.
I mean, of course. I mean, obviously, since Will came back from Men in Black 3.
Yeah.
So makes sense.
Actually, Will Smith pitched the idea for Men in Black 3.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he pitched the whole the big reveal at the end of that movie. That was him.
That K basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was his pitch.
No, it was a good idea.
Yeah, apparently, I want to say he had it. Listen, they were stuck with the script on Men in Black 2. So that's why 2 didn't turn out as well. 3 was like very much like them going back to the kind of the well for like kind of the mood of the first one.
Just Boris.
It's just Boris.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna argue a point that 3 is better than 2 because I think everybody thinks that 3 is better than 2.
Yeah.
Was it better than 1?
No. God no. No.
God no. Not much is better than the first.
I mean, look, 1's like seriously, Men in Black 1 is a classic.
It's basically untouchable.
Yeah.
3? I mean, I like 3. I mean, is it a classic like the first one? No. But is it still a fun, entertaining movie? Heck yeah.
Yep. Even has Luke Cage in it.
And would I gladly watch it? Yeah. I have some comments here. Aquatad prefers the Star Wars episode to Mission Marvel. Yeah. I've seen Men in Black, but haven't seen the sequels. I mean, honestly, Kogias, you're pretty good with that. I mean, if you've seen the first one, I think you're good. Not that 3 is bad or anything, of course. Just basically skip the even numbered ones.
Anyway, so we have this really good joke where Major Monogram says to Doofenshmirtz, every time I think about this, I'm going to go to your house, I'm going to smack you.
Yep, I brought that up earlier.
Yeah, right.
It is hilarious.
Yeah.
And can you really blame Monogram, even though a lot of this is Monogram's fault in the first place?
I can't blame him.
Yeah.
All right, so we have our big battle here. Things are going pretty good here. Robot Candace, she sacrifices herself.
Yeah, feral Candace joins the fight.
Yeah.
And she never mentions that she fought robots to anyone.
Nope. So we have evil robot Phineas.
Yep, trying to kill his sister.
Yep, I know what I'm going to destroy today.
Yep.
you know how long the actor who plays Phineas isn't waiting to say that.
Probably a long time.
Yep. So again, Robot Candace sacrifices herself.
I'll have to ask Vincent next time I see him.
There you go.
I was like, how long were you waiting to say that line? If he can remember something from nearly 11 years ago.
Mm. Hey, Jacob, do you know what time it is?
I think I do, Dragon.
It's Gritty Reboot time!
You heard of that time, right?
Yeah.
All right, good.
So, reveal. Robot Phineas, it's an exosuit. That's really Phineas inside there.
Oh,
he's been waiting to do this for a long time. It's like finally have the opportunity to stop her incessant busting.
This is definitely a reveal I wouldn't have seen coming.
Gonna kill me a Candace, and like in the midst of the one Candace, the robot Candace sacrifices herself and then takes out Phineas on the you're busted. Her last words as Phineas is kind of like regretting his life choices now.
The life is extinguished from his eyes.
His weird oddly shaped eyes.
His eyes aren't shaped that weird.
Well, I mean, they're kind of ping pong balls.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
At least his don't change size when he moves his head.
They're not asymmetrical, but they are rather large.
I mean, have you seen Ferb's eyes? They change size whatever direction he's facing.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone has freakish eyes, it's Ferb. But as you were saying,
yeah. Anyway, yeah, so the life drains from the life force drains from his eerie eyes.
Candace lost her little brother. All in self-defense.
Yep. And of course, like I didn't want to bust you like that. Oh, just like crying over it. Why? Why did you have to be so demented and obsessed with the platypus, Phineas? Why?
Oh God.
I was looking for Phineas. I was looking. Phineas is like going like, I was looking for the platypus the whole time. He was my pet, and he ran away because you kept trying to bust us.
But Phineas, that doesn't make sense.
I can't feel my legs right now. I'm not making the most coherent points.
So Phineas gained delirium when he was on his deathbed.
Exactly. Candace, there's a gaping hole in my chest. Cut me a break, would you?
How are you still alive?
I don't know. I'm more machine than cone-faced boy.
And this gritty reboot's going in directions I didn't anticipate.
Yep, he was a robot the whole time. Basically it's like a gritty version of Bicentennial Man.
Oh God.
Yep,
Talking about a movie with a weird history.
yep. I loved your daughter, and in the future I'm going to marry her.
I said, talk about it. Hey, heck, the behind the scenes stuff was weird too, and from what I understand.
Yeah?
I mean, I don't remember the details, but did you hear that too, or?
No, I'm asking you.
I said I don't remember. I heard some things about it,
Okay.
but I don't know. I have to look it up later.
Yep.
I
All I know is Oliver Platt's wonderful in that movie.
I haven't seen it, unfortunately. It's one of the Robin Williams movies I have not seen.
Hmm.
Have you seen it, Dragon?
Bicentennial Man?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a bunch of times, yeah.
Oh. Well, I haven't seen it,
I
unfortunately.
don't know much about the background of it, but I have seen Bicentennial Man, yeah.
Would you recommend it?
I mean, I like it. No, everyone else kind of hates it. I like it.
Well, I'll give it a shot. I'll have to give it a shot one of these days.
I mean, I love. There's this. I think one of the best parts of the movie is. God. Sam Neill's in the movie, and he's fantastic.
All right.
He basically plays the father. Okay, so basically, Robin Williams, his character. He eventually we call him Andrew, but initially I think he's called One. But anyway, so Andrew, he basically becomes he's bought as like a robot butler, just kind of like essentially a valet for for a rich family. That Sam Neill, his family, and over time they just kind of they kind of take to him as one of the family, and it's this really beautiful kind of bond between Sam Neill and the robot. And there's a certain point where basically he wants free will, and it's because it's kind of like a realization that this is kind of slavery, and it's just kind of a thing of like it's this beautiful messy scene. There's like three moments with him. It's like he's basically it's the day of his daughter's wedding, and they're kind of like basking in the memory of it. And then there's a scene where he wants free will, so and that's basically a breakup scene. That's where he's saying that, well, Andrew, you're free, but that means you can't stay here. And it's kind of like it's a thing of like, I did all this for you, and you want to go. And he's not picking up on the subtleties that it's someone just wanting free will, but it's like he's viewing it as a betrayal. And then the third part is again because we span so many years, they has to say goodbye to him, and it's this beautiful like 3-act structure of the like not three acts in the course of the film, but it's like 3 acts of the character dynamic that works really well. I think at least.
Huh. Does sound good.
Yeah.
Well, and contrary to usual, Kogias actually agrees with you on this.
Well, that's the thing, because of course Kogias is going to be on board because no one else likes the movie.
Well, I'm just saying, usually you guys disagree on these kinds of things, and he's actually going along with it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, what do you know?
Yeah.
All right, so where were we?
All right, let's see. So we have the Recap-inator. It's we have the climax, which basically is it has to hit the X marks the spot. We have to line up the shots.
And Carl actually realizes this after Perry tries to drag him into it. It's like,
so no joke. This is really a good climax. Again, with the end game parallels, this is very much kind of like the whole like there's only one way.
And he holds up the finger.
Yep. No, not that finger. It's a kid show.
All right, that's where Strange holds up his finger.
Yep.
So it's like, but Carl realizes what's going on. He's like, "Whoops!"
Yep.
It's like he realizes like we're doomed. Game over, man. Throwing in a bit of an Aliens reference there. You've seen Aliens, right, Dragon?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. I'm honestly surprised considering it's a horror movie. You're not really into horror, so I didn't. Did you say you haven't seen this was the first year you?
Well, actually, Jacob, I'm sorry. When I say, here's the thing, I have seen it, but I haven't watched it all the way through. So I've seen a lot of the big moments from Alien. So I think I misspoke there when I said automatically yes. I mean, I've seen like they'll get away from her. I've seen that in the Game Over Man, and
Well, of course, those are like two of the big things from that movie.
I've seen a few documentaries about Aliens too. So you're right. No, I haven't actually sat through start to finish on Aliens too. So no.
Well, you should. It's great.
Well, I know I should. Eventually, I will, but no, I've not.
Who knows? Who knows that some hijinks might be involved there?
Well, that's my point. That's one of the reasons I've held off. But yeah,
I know. but we'll get there when we get there. For to quote our superhero we covered recently, we'll get there when we get there.
Yep. Anyway, seriously, we have a really good. There's some good it's good climax here, and then eventually, Perry uses the immutable truth about all the innators. There's going to be a misfire, so he uses the photograph of the boys to deflect and ricochet the blast.
The inevitable ricochet, or if it's not a reflection, it's a satellite.
Yep.
Because that's how satellites work.
Oh yeah.
So what happens? It's like he reflects. It's like he trusts Doof to take the shot. He reflects it off of the picture frame of the boys, and turns Carl good. It's like, yes, I did it. I made the shot. He reflected it for you. You can't let me have anything, can you?
No, man, just Monogram. Yes, just one win. Couldn't let him have one win.
Nope. I feel bad for Doof in this episode.
Yeah.
He did ultimately save the day. I mean, he was able to build the Recap-inator after all.
Yeah, but he did cause it all in the first place, though.
I know. But he did, but he didn't have to do it. And he only did it out of pragmatism.
Yep.
So, hooray for pragmatism.
Yay.
And Carl...
This is practical. Yay.
Yay. And how does Carl feel, Dragon? How does Carl feel?
Good.
Yeah, he feels good again. And here's the thing. Monogram, due to recent events, gives Carl a promotion.
Well, in a sense.
He promotes him to the title of paid intern.
Only entitled, though. He's not actually being paid. So again, at the end of the day, Monogram's still pretty evil.
Yeah. Doof said, are you sure you're not evil? It's like, that's probably more evil than anything that Doof's ever done. What do you say to that, Dragon?
We'll say to what?
I'm saying, the whole, he gets college credit. Are you sure you're not evil?
Exactly. He is evil.
Like I said, that's probably more evil than anything Doof's ever done.
Yep. Secretly evil Monogram.
Yes, he's like, and are we sure he's the good guy here?
Yep.
Are we sure he's the good guy in this situation, Dragon?
No, we're not sure he's the good guy.
Yeah, but it's his face looks like MCS. Sure, he's wasteful with taxpayer dollars. He runs an agency of animals that basically do his bidding. Are we sure? Are we sure he's the good guy here?
No, we're not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yes, if anyone, as you can tell, we're being facetious here.
Absolutely.
That's because that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Both words begin with F.
Mm-hmm.
F is for fun. F is for friends who do it together, and U is for you and me, after all.
Okay.
All right.
Also ukulele.
That too. What is N for then?
What is N for, Jacob?
Hey.
Anytime at all.
Down here in the deep blue sea.
There you go. No, I was skipping it for a second there.
I knew it was. I know. And is for anywhere and anytime at all down here in the deep blue sea. Also for uranium and no survivors, but we skipped that verse.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, enough of our very strange references aside.
Okay, the point being, Monogram, in a rare show of mercy, given that he's pure evil, he lets Perry be reunited with his family.
Dr. Phineas. I mean, we haven't even really talked about their journey, but it's just them like tracking Perry most of the time.
Yep, and again, they Perry endangered him by not just like, hey, well, stop making him chase you. Just go to him.
Yep.
Because like then they're going to their deaths, and then they're flinging into quicksand. It's a whole thing. It's because you had like, no, I'm gonna let them find me in the little cave. If they go across this precarious log.
And Baljeet and Buford come to a mutual understanding about brains and bronze.
Yep.
Isabella finally eats a grub. Later.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. And Monogram and Carl take Doof home. It's like, home is where the jails are. It's like, are you serious? Do you want to ride or not? Not if you're being serious. So, we eventually find out why exactly Perry ended up in Africa. You want to explain it, Dragon? Or should I?
Well, it's because family, his family is his home, and they run Africa.
Yep, he was hit with the go-hominator. And so he went to his home.
It's a good sentiment.
It is. It's a little bit of a buy, but it's a good buy.
Yeah. Well, for the end of the episode, it's a goodbye.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And so pretty much everything that was set up gets paid off. And it turns out Jeremy's not breaking up with Candace. He just calling to talk to her, and he couldn't talk to her because of his band had a gig.
The sacrificial bit with the phone was really clever too. Call him, and then she has like a phone built into her heart.
Yep.
Which makes sense for Candace.
Yep, and I love how she managed to call the animals to get everyone out of the gorge. Like she has like a Tarzan yell to get them all out of the gorge.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so the episode ends with everyone around the fire. And of course, Ferb's other line of the episode. It ends with everyone wondering how Perry found them. Well, ever since George Scholl wrote the first description of the planet as a highly skeptical European scientist in 1798, these unique creatures become synonymous with the word impossible.
Really, we're all satisfied with that. Like, just go to sleep, Candace. Be better. You'll accept it in the morning. Like, really?
Yeah, poor Candace is just left hung out to dry yet again.
Yep.
It's like, would you buy that kind of explanation, Dragon? Or would you demand more answers?
I mean, look, I would question it more, for sure.
Yep. I mean, I wouldn't just accept that the random platypus just managed to find them randomly in the entire continent of Africa. I mean, Africa's massive.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that pretty much brings us to the end of Where's Perry, Part 2. And the conclusion of the Where's Perry saga. Or would you call it the Evil Carl saga?
Yeah, the Evil Carl saga, probably.
All right. Or in this case, the Android saga.
Sure.
Nah, they're not androids anyway.
No.
That's something else.
Yes, that is.
So, which we'll probably get to eventually.
Yeah, hopefully.
One of these days, probably within a year, a couple of years, who knows. But anyway, so I think that does it for tonight. What do you think, Dragon?
Yeah, I think that about does it.
All right. So thank you, Aquatad Code Geass, for joining us for tonight. And join us next time on the Recap-inator, where it's lights out in Danville. Good night, everybody.